Let's just get this out the way, man. Oh my gosh, this just man. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I think this is pretty false. I ain't gonna lie. This is from some fake news type stuff. But I don't know, man. Hey, salute to my boy Terence Crawford. That's how I'm gonna put it, man. I was talking big stuff to a couple of the homies and stuff like that, homegirls on the internet, Instagram, whatever. I'm still Team Errol Spence. I ain't gonna lie. I just think.
And you rock
Errol,
with that, baby. No matter what.
Thank you. You see, I don't switch
stop.
up.
Yeah,
this is my issue
up.
too. I'm gonna get into a lot of this stuff, right? Earl's downfall, right? He just wasn't guarding himself on them counters, and Terence Crawford was faster than him. I think if Errol protected himself on them low counters more, it'd be a whole nother. It would have went the distance. You feel me? And now, Terence Crawford's speed, I don't know. I just wasn't really expecting him to be that fast. But I think again, if Errol could have just protected himself on a counter a little bit better, we would have been, things would have been a little different.
I
Now
agree.
you agree with that? Now here's my issue too. Like with people, right? Because I sit on my little Instagram, I watch people, right? And I see the people that was Team Errol, and I see how they just switch up so fast. And that brings red flags to me. Because why are you switching? Just because you took an L don't mean that you just jumped ship.
Maybe they was on both teams. Maybe they just really didn't know.
This sounds like you right now or something.
Oh, I didn't know neither one of them. I heard, obviously, Errol Spence' story. But other than that, if I would have watched both of them, I'm not going to lie. I love you. But I would have went with him, too. He's fast as heck. I don't know what Errol was on during that fight, but he was hitting them in ways he ain't see coming.
Man, it's the first time Errol ever got knocked down. The first time, like a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
It had to happen to one of them. Let's just say. Yeah,
they was both undefeated. So again, it had to
fighting like that. And I ain't gonna lie, Errol was doing good. Like he didn't go in not doing nothing. I just think he was just unprepared for him. If that makes sense. Like,
and I think
and how he fights.
Yeah, for sure. He just didn't come in prepared, I would say. But I think actually I would say he didn't come in prepared.
I don't think he said it. He said the same thing. He don't think he was like, it's like when you fight, you can't fight the same way with every person. And that's the problem. Like everybody is different. So I don't think he was prepared to fight him and how fast and like how he was. And I think I just think that's how it was. He probably just went in with his own technique on what he gonna do, and that wasn't working. It was not working at all. So yeah.
Again, I think like the thing with boxing, right? When people take losses, I think maybe Mayweather kind of messed this up a little bit for everybody because I think everybody worries about going undefeated. You know what I mean? So a lot of again,
he's still a good boxer.
Yeah, exactly. How he was even saying when we were watching him on an interview, like they was both thanking each other for this fight because a lot of these top fighters run away from each other. They don't want to fight each other because nobody wants to take their first loss. You know what I mean? So this is like a huge step in boxing. This is why they say like this is really the fight of the decade. You know what I mean? That Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia, like they're just more so like I say, like the face of boxing in a way, like not in a good way, but not in a bad way. You know what I mean? Those are people that, like Gervonta always, he's always in the mix with celebrities and stuff like that. Yeah. Then Ryan Garcia is all on YouTube and TikTok and stuff like that. So it's just they kind of a little bit more known than these two. But like again, I think this was one of the, I would say like the biggest fight so far, at least of, I'd say probably the past 4 or 5 years type for sure.
Yeah. Like they was waiting for this.
Yeah. You even heard him. He said this was a long time coming. You know what I mean? Again, for all the belts, that's something, like unheard of in a way right now. You know what I mean? And again, a lot of these fighters, if we being honest, a lot of these fighters are all running from each other. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So, man, shout out to both of them, man. I hope it is a rematch coming in December. I highly doubt I'll be going to that fight. But we will be watching from the house. I will guarantee that.
I'm not going to Vegas nowhere to watch no fight.
Yeah, unless we got some tickets. I don't know. This is the only fight I really want to see. But yeah, unless we got some tickets to actually go to the fight, and even that, like, that was a whole little issue with in Vegas too, trying to get to the fight. But
it was good. It was a good fight. I'm not gonna. I just keep saying again, like, I feel like obviously I respect both of them as boxers. I don't know how to box. I don't know the tech, all of that. So really, I can't say much. But my thing was for Errol to have all those belts.
Yeah.
And then he just. And again, it's different if it was just like Terence Crawford had more hits in. Like, he just was hitting them down. He was hitting them back. Yeah, it just was. He looked like he was just swimming at that point. Errol didn't know what he was getting into.
And let's talk about swimming.
He couldn't control the hits. That's why the refs stopped it. They was coming from.
The refs stopped it for no reason.
You